Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Life Unfiltered, where y'all already know we're talking about black psychology, black love, black culture, and the overall black experience. I'm your boy Isaiah, but I'm never by myself because I always got the lovely Queen Lady Cash in the building.
Hi, everybody. Hey, hey.
Yeah. And then, man, we're so blessed today, you know what I'm saying, to have my good brother with me, man. We go back to, the sandbox days in the military some 14, 15 years ago. My good brother Chris is in the building, and he's repping the black brand. Shout out.
Shout out, community love. Prince, I see you.
We're getting ready to go a little bit deeper, man. I'm super excited about what we're going to be talking about today. Last week, we talked about sex. You know what I'm saying? And really, we dealt with like two components, if you will, on the last two episodes. Like, we dealt with sex from the black household perspective, talking about how, a lot of our parents were really weird about communicating sex to us. It was almost like something that was forbidden in the household. Like, I don't know about your parents, bro, but my parents was more like, I know it's gonna happen, but we're not gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, whatever you do,
I don't want to know about it.
Yeah, like whatever you do, you doing. But I couldn't come and say, Mom, I'm having these feelings, these emotions. I like this girl. This is the physicalities that's going on with it.
Ain't no Jodeci, you got me fiending.
Yeah. So it was like a rap, like just kind of do the thing. And then especially in the black church, it was forbidden, it was sin, but nobody really dealt with, you're going to have these emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do when you have them? So I just feel like you kind of grew up and learned about sex. You became like sexually promiscuous, if you will. And then you kind of developed from there. You know what I'm saying? So we dealt with that. Then we talked about, sex in our culture, really dealing with women using their bodies for currency. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I was trying to think of a nice word.
Spade is a spade.
Yeah, hoeing, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So
modern day prostitution.
But we talked about it from the male perspective too, where, they just out there slinging that thing and it is what it is. Today, I want to go a little bit deeper.
Okay.
Today, I want to talk about intimacy versus sex. Intimacy versus sex. Now, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to have a different perspective. Some people are going to say sex is intimacy. Some people are going to say sex and intimacy is different. I really want to know.
I hear your comments sizzling right now.
Yeah. They finna go up. I want to know, for the culture, is sex and intimacy the same thing? I'm going to read a definition to y'all. And I want y'all, and we're going to go off of it like this.
Per Google or per cousin chat?
So first, this is per Google. Intimacy is defined as a feeling of closeness and connection in an interpersonal relationship. A feeling of closeness and connection in an interpersonal relationship. And then psychologically, it says intimacy has 4 different components. Physical intimacy refers to a central or sexual connection. Emotional intimacy is about the mutual sharing of the innermost feelings. Cognitive intimacy is an exchange of ideas and exploration of similarities or their differences. And experiential intimacy is involvement in an activity that produces shared experiences. Is sex and intimacy the same thing?
So I feel like sex and intimacy are not the same, but I feel like you tap into intimacy when you have sex. Yes.
Okay,
you
explain
have a
that.
sexual experience without being intimate with someone. Like they said, it's an in-depth interpersonal connection with somebody. That's sex.
Okay.
I can see where she's going with.
I completely disagree, but I want to know y'all
disagree.
Yeah, like talk to me.
Sex and
you disagree?
I disagree.
Okay, holla at me.
I do disagree, and I'll say why. When we split hairs with it, right? By definition, I can agree with the definition, but over time, I can see the emotion, and it becomes an intimate thing. But sex is literally just, like the word is, it is what it is.
Intercourse.
It is just intercourse.
But
For an example, for men, most men, right? It's just a thing.
Talk about it, bro.
It's like lifting weights.
Yeah, okay.
We just lifting these weights and get that 2-hour workout. We about now.
But see, and that's what I'm saying. That's the problem with the culture. The reason why I went here, and I want you to finish, but the reason why I went here is because women and it's you're supposed to, but
Equate
women
sex to intimacy.
equate sex to intimacy, and it's like you're there, you're in this action, right? And then it's like he loves me, he wants me. There's a future in this, and then men
Even
are
if not a
looking
future,
at
but definitely a want. This man wants me because we are intimate. Look at how he touched me, how he grabbed me, how he X, Y, and Z.
But then my
if he
boyfriend will tell
didn't
you.
want me, he would just bend it over, get it done, and that'd be it.
Okay,
But,
so
but
what
see,
do you
but hold
do?
on, my boyfriend will tell you, because then there is the male perspective where the male is like, if I'm being intimate, I'm being deliberate. If I'm just having sex, I'm just in the physical. Like, it's a physical interaction. It's almost like, I was reading an article one day and it was talking about, I don't mean to go this dark, but it was talking about rape. And it was saying how when a male is potentially being raped by a female, his genitals will still expose per usual. That he's still going to get hard. It's
usual.
still right, but that does not mean that he's enjoying that. And I actually that article was attached to a court case where the court case was actually lost because they basically said, if the interaction was not pleasurable, then he would not have performed.
So I worked on 2 cases that rape was the factor when a man declared rape towards a woman. They were both lost because they think
His
that
penis
the
got
man.
hard.
No, they think the man, always gonna want sex, doesn't have the ability to say no.
From the mental cognitive
But then
standpoint,
when you flip this coin, right? It's different. Oh no, you everything under the sun that's not God's child, right?
Right.
But on the flip side of that, let me caveat to what both of you guys are actually saying. What do you do if the woman wants a friend with benefits? Is that still emotional, or is that just, okay, we got physical interaction or attraction, and then wham bam, thank you ma'am, and I'm up out?
So now you kind of touching back into what we talked about last week. I personally think that as long as there's a connection between man and woman and some type of understanding of what this is, then we're flowing. I feel like the problem comes in when we don't understand what this is, because women are emotional creatures. But I really want to touch back on intimacy for a minute. I feel as if, kind of going to what Kashmir was saying, like I really feel like sex and intimacy is 2 different components. And I feel like sex can become intimate when we have that interpersonal connection that the definition says that we have to have, right?
But
So if I have an interpersonal connection and I'm being deliberate and I'm attempting to learn your body, know who you are, and so on and so forth, then yes. But if I'm simply being physical with you and I'm attracted to nothing more than the physical, then I'm sorry. When we get up out of the bed, we did not engage in intimacy.
Sorry to tell you, but the intimacy happened before the sexual encounter. You had to become intimate with a woman before she decided to open herself up to you.
Oh my God.
So therefore, you were already intimate with this person before. Nobody sees somebody, hey, you cute too. What that thing do? Turn around, let me see your booty. How long is your stuff? Okay, let's have sex. That's not how that happens.
But from the male's perspective, the male sees a woman.
Connection and intimacy happens before the sexual encounter. The look, like you said, I could look at you and be intimate with you. Remember I said that last week?
I do.
So you think you've never done that with a woman before having sex with her, and she does not feel an intimate connection with you prior to the
Is that
sex?
a physical attraction?
That's what I'm trying to say. I think it's based off of how it's being perceived, which is what I'm addressing is the problem with the culture. One person is perceiving something, and now if you're asking me, is it right or wrong? We're not there yet. But one person is perceiving a connection one way, whereas the attraction is being perceived by another person another way. I'm going to give you an example of back when we was all in the club. You walk in the club, you see a pretty thing sitting at the bar, standing up or whatever. The first thing that you notice is her physicalities. I don't know what school she go to, where she work, what she doing, I don't know none of that. All I know is I like everything that I see, right? But I'm going to keep it 100. I'm not looking for a wife in the club. I'm not. I'm going over to you and I'm saying, I'm flirting with you, and this is what it is. Now, if you look at that as, oh, he's smiling at me, he's winking at me, he smells good, we are locking eyes, and there's a sense of intimacy. Unfortunately, what have I said to make you feel like I want to get to know you? Outside of, what's up, baby, what's your name? What you doing after this? Can I get your IG? Can I get your number?
Hit her with the Chris Brown, say, yo.
So where's the intimacy at? Where's the interpersonal connection?
I don't see it. I mean, I don't, but then again, I'm not the type of person that's
Maybe there's
gonna be
not,
looking
but every
for.
sexual encounter does not begin that way.
Okay, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying I think that for the culture, women are getting hurt. I think that men sometimes are getting hurt, and I think that it's based off of the promiscuity of sexual encounters, because once sex comes in, then heightened emotions come in, and I think that individuals are like, "Oh, we had intimate moments," and it's like, "Did you?"
Sex has turned financial in this day and age.
Financial, physical.
But
You got your body done. I like it. Like, but what makes me?
But this day and age too, even with we are talking about sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this dating culture, everybody's looking to get over on the other person first. Everybody's scared to get hurt first. You know what I'm saying? So
There
they're
we go.
looking to hurt the other person in some way, whether it's financial or it's sexual.
Also, I want to add to that, men use that as a way and as a tool to get sex.
Which part? The money?
Money and the interpersonal connection. Like, a man is going to interested in what you're doing. What do you have going on? If you have kids, or how are your kids doing? Or how are you feeling today? They're going to give you that interpersonal care and concern, which is intimacy, right? By definition.
Okay.
That's going to get a woman comfortable enough to say, hey, this guy really likes me. He wants me. I feel wanted. I feel pursued.
Is it men or is it women? Is it women?
It's the men. Men are not coming out saying, hey, I think you got a nice fat A. I want to see how soft it is.
I don't know if they leading with their body. Look at how most women dress. Not saying.
Dive in, bro.
Yes, okay.
Dive in, bro.
Some women do dress provocatively. Some women are like, it's here. I'm sexy. I'm, proud of my body, or I like my body. That's the type of woman I am. Fine. But that does not mean that a man is not going to pursue a woman in a way to make her feel as though, hey, I like you and I want you. Which drop them draws. Be ready.
But I just feel like there's a distinctive difference between sex and intimacy. Sex is an action. Sex is we're both horny at the same time. Sex is we've been talking, flirting, nightcapping, whatever you want to call it, and we've gotten to the point where we're getting ready to engage physically. I feel like intimacy is at a level, like the definition says, where we're taking this connection interpersonal, where I'm interested in actually connecting with you beyond physicality. I want to know who you are. I want to learn your body. I want to essentially connect with you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I feel like humping.
That's a relationship in love, though.
No, that's the start of a relationship and the start of falling in love. It's the interpersonal connection that two people have. But I feel like when we're having sex, I think that it's more so like, okay, we're in the physical and you're perceiving the action, the humping, the grabbing, the kissing, and all that stuff that's kind of wrapped up in it as intimacy. He's up, yep, we about to be together. And I think that that's why when the culture gets up from that bedroom and you realize that this man then went and did that same thing with 3 other people, now you're hurt, you're scarred, you're posting crazy stuff on IG because you misread an intimate moment versus a physical sexual encounter.
I mean, the dude could be, for lack of better words, nasty, freaky.
Okay.
Like kink.
No diddy.
No diddy.
I mean, was he in love with everybody that he screwed?
Absolutely not. For him, it was just, take that. No diddy. I'm just saying. But it got him, I mean.
So let's go here with it. What does pleasure mean to you? What is pleasure? Like, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, beyond sex.
For me,
what is pleasure?
For me, pleasure is something that I like. Something that makes me feel good. Whether it's in the moment, short-term and long-term, right? That's what it means to me.
Okay, what's pleasure to you? It could be mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sexually. Give me something beyond just the physical sex. What is pleasure?
Pleasure is something that I enjoy, that gives me a sense of happiness or peace while doing it, or engaging in it, or viewing it. I don't know, it just depends.
I agree with both of y'all. I think for me, pleasure is, like attempting to, like the root word, please me, like learning what I like. So now let's tie pleasure into sex. What is pleasure sexually?
Trying to get that, trying to get yours. If you're talking about sex and pleasure, the main goal of that is to get yours.
So, I mean, I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, is it just like, all right, by any means necessary, or is it like learning what brings you to that moment of climax? Because, like I said, a man is gonna come. Like you're going to climax.
You're gonna get it.
Are you gonna enjoy that? Are you going to like literally make my body crave you, or what's pleasure?
Ugh. The make that body crave you part is kind of questionable, and I say that because that's when you get into the intimacy, and that means you have an
That's what
emotional
I'm trying to figure
connection.
out.
Exactly.
So you see how we're building, though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I do.
So going back to the point that you just made, it's like, okay, you said, well, pleasure is just getting it off. All right, cool. Well, all right. Well, what about her like learning your body, learning your spots, learning, no
Most of the time
Diddy.
it's the other
What
way.
make your back bend a little bit lower? You're like, oh,
Back bend,
oh
that's
goodness.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's pleasure. You feel me? So if we're in an encounter, let's talk about this because we're married. If we're in an encounter, I think that my goal intimately should be to perform pleasure. I should be psychologically in your mind, in your emotions, in that scene. Like I'm being intentional. I'm attempting to learn and pay attention to, okay, if I kiss there, she does this. If I, say this, she does that. So on and so forth, to the point where it's intimate. If I'm over here and I'm not married and I'm just sexing, and you like, oh, you grabbed my back. I'm like, cool. You feel me? But I didn't mean to be intimate if that's what you thought it was. I was
Trying to be like Jody.
Yeah, I was
Crip
sweating.
walk.
Yeah, I was sweating a little bit. My bad. I think it's just misread.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Okay.
I mean, what you saying?
I just don't completely agree, but I feel you.
Let's talk about it.
I feel like no man with any level of ego, so no man is going to just have sex unintentionally without wanting a woman to be intimate with them and connecting with them in that way. Men want to be craved. They want to hit it and want you to want more.
It's a little manipulative.
I don't see that as,
Okay.
I just don't agree with what you're saying. Because how many times when you were single have you slept with women and you just like, I'm just trying to get mine, I just want pleasure? No, it pleasures you to see you pleasure another person.
I agree with
Most
you. I'm not
people.
saying it's not manipulative. I'm just saying I think that the intention behind it is a little misconstrued. Me and Chris, bro, how old are you right now?
35.
I'm 33. I'll be 34 this year. We was in the military 14 years ago.
Yep.
If we race right now, like two old dummies running up the street, both of us is going to give it our all. Not because like we want to really figure out like who's going to win, because I've seen him in his prime. He's seen me in my prime. Brand new 19-year-old. He is 21. We out there in the Army in our top tip shape running miles together. Same company, jogging and singing. I know what he can do. But right now, I'm going to break my kneecap to beat him running up the street. And I'd imagine that he'd do the same. It's a performance. It's competition. I want to be better than myself every single time. And I feel like that's what happens in a sexual encounter. People are like,
You can't go into any sexual encounter, especially men, because women are going to slander us.
oh, come on. Talk about the culture.
Drag you.
Straight drag.
Talk about the culture.
All right, let's talk about it.
Classic.
For one, no man, I don't give a I don't care who they are. They are not gonna go into no sexual encounter giving half-ass, meat. You gonna fail. You either ain't gonna get it, you ain't
Bro,
gonna
you
run that
finna
back,
hit every group chat she got.
or she gonna get you. Like, cause women, like he said earlier, women are naturally emotional. It's statistically proven. They don't really think with logic.
So what's the role of the culture in intimacy?
But then wait, hold on.
Culture,
Here's another thing with that though. You said something a little bit ago about the connection piece, right? And then you mentioned something about how men tend to operate when it comes to sex, right?
Right.
We can't talk in the sense of the past sense, right? We got to talk about what it is right now. there are a lot of women that doing the same thing that men do. And they actually leading with sex. But then they flip the script and then they turn it into something more intimate.
So that kind of
Because
goes
they
into my
feel-
question. You feel like the role of the
Sexual
culture.
manipulation.
Yeah, it's manipulation's going both ways.
So you feel like the role of the culture has
No, don't
now
do that.
shifted and made the role of sex manipulative.
Yeah, on both ends.
I
It
I feel like
goes
sex
both
has
ways.
always been in a manipulative place, though. Because
I agree.
depending on how you use it or how you move it. A guy could be all into you, baby. Good mornings, the good nights, the sweethearts, the beautifuls, the all of that. Till he get it, and you're gonna see a slight change. Because guess what? He got it, and he know he whatever he did to you, he felt like it was enough. So
I mean,
now
he
you're
could have
on
got it
his
and
side.
didn't like it.
Or
Because that's another thing that men will do. Men will keep spinning the block with something that was cool or bad. They will, because
and
you in
especially
his
with
back
something that's
pocket.
good.
Well, now, but I feel like that goes back into pleasure. Pleasure can be resisting as well.
That's true too.
Which I mean, I like a little, you know what I'm saying, a little chase.
Men
So-
are natural pursuers, though.
Yeah. So I mean, I think
Everybody
that
deserves to
goes
be wanted, though,
into
too.
Everybody deserves to be wanted,
pleasure.
but if you don't actually want this person and you don't see a future with them or want a relationship with them, why are you going so hard?
They don't want to be alone. Don't no human on this earth, in my opinion, want to be alone.
And then now you're to me, y'all are breaking off into the law of attraction. What I'm attracted to in that
All
moment,
12.
I may not desire to want a wife. I'm
Break
sorry.
that down for me.
Okay, boom, let's go. Let me cook. So there was a lot of things that I was attracted to that I already knew did not belong in my future. Like, for example, I loved a big booty vixen. I loved them, bro.
You sound
Especially
like you from
back,
California.
huh?
You sound like you from California.
All day, baby. We're from the West Coast.
You
I'm
feel
saying, think about before all of the women started getting their bodies and it became more popular. And you had those few that was on the scene that was pretty much in every music video. Love me a good
Or in
little
every
stripper back
party.
in the day. Love me a nice little vixen. But I knew, without a shadow of a doubt, that vixen was not going to be the first lady in the church. I'm sorry to tell you. So guess what? You are fun tonight. You are great for this strip club that I'm at or wherever it is that whatever scene I'm in that moment.
Okay.
But unfortunately, whatever may have happened in this moment, I'm sorry, you're not exhibiting wifely symptoms. I know that I want to be married.
Symptoms.
Yeah, symptoms is the wrong word, but you're not characteristics. You're not
There you
giving me
go.
wifely characteristics. But I know that you're not. I know that I'm not going to find a wife in this strip club. I know I'm not going to find a wife in this party. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger,
Right.
But I still wanted it. It was still attractive to me in that moment. But I'm sorry, I might have even dated you in that moment. But that was more like exploration. Like there's no possible way I'm getting ready to get on one knee and be like, "Excuse me, big booty vixen who has been all over somebody's YouTube, will you wife me?" Like, I mean, I'm not diminishing them, but I'm just saying it wasn't for me. So I feel like that's the law of attraction. So you're saying, well, why would men pursue somebody that they're not really interested in? Well, in that moment, they're attracted.
And you don't feel like that's manipulative or confusing to the woman?
Sex itself is manipulative. But I feel like women get confused because they're not listening to what the man is saying. Most men, not all men, just like not all women, most men will verbally tell you when they're interested in you or what it is that they want.
Or what it is that they need in the moment.
They will.
That's fair.
Most men are going to tell you, I like you. I want to see you again. I want to be with you. You got a boyfriend? I want you. Can I take you out? Can I feed you? Can I go to dinner? Dinner is not going to be at 11 o'clock at night. Can I take you to the movies? He's not going to be looking for all of the late night last movie shows at 10:30. Like, it's going to be a 6 or 7 o'clock p.m. date. Like, can I pick you up? Can I take you out to dinner? Can I feed you? Can I like tell me about your dreams, your aspirations, your goals? Like, that's the conversation when a man wants you. When a man is interested in physicality, it's like, so what you doing tonight? Pull up.
So a man's only going to talk about your future, what you want to do, encourage you to do something with yourself when he's interested in you.
Yeah, a man that really is interested in you, he's going to push you and he's going to ask you those deep questions. Nowadays,
Got it.
some women do not like those deep questions.
I will agree.
They don't want to have that deep conversation. You know what I mean?
And I want to say this. It depends on what type of man you're talking about as well, because like for example, I pride myself on knowing educated black men. I know that you're going to give a great conversation. You
Right,
get what I'm
wanna have
saying?
some
Like,
good dialogue.
yeah, you just want to know. Like, we talk to people at the restaurant. Like, what you
Yeah.
doing in your life? You know what I'm saying? I think we just at unk status now, where we like,
Yeah.
what you doing? You feel me? But in the same context, I will say that men, when we want you, like for real, I want to know, what am I investing my time in? Who are you? Where you come from? Where you going? What's your goals? How many kids you got? What your kids doing? What's the situation with your BD or with your ex?
Co-parenting.
Tell me about that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask you specific questions to see where your toxicity is too. Like, I want to know you.
What are your toxic traits?
Yeah, if I don't want to know you and I'm just trying to hit it and quit it, pull up. What you doing
So
tonight?
what happens when a man asks a woman those questions and they end up in a sexual encounter and it becomes consistent? Is
What do
he
you
then
mean?
interested in her?
I would say that he was interested in her before the sexual encounter.
Well, give an
because
example
at
of
that
what you
point,
mean by that.
I
He-
mean,
he wanted to
like,
know you.
any man that is interested in like the intricate details of someone's life, the way he just said, that means that you're interested in that person beyond physicality, right?
There could be some potential in that.
I mean, I would think so. I think that when a man is only interested in the physicality, he's going to only hit you with the DMs, the pull-ups, the hard eyes, the ooh, you sexies, the dang girls, the let me talk to you when you available or whatever the situation is. And it's going to the conversation itself will always circle back to sex. You thick, you cute, ooh, mommy, you fine, what you doing tonight, you should let me, I should, we should, you look. It's going to be very surface level.
So what is the stigma now? Because I mean, well, it's not now because it's always been there, right? There's a lot of people that's afraid to talk about it, or they feel like, oh, you should wait a certain amount of time before you talk about sex. It should be a normal thing at this point.
I mean, I think so.
I agree.
I think so in mature relationships.
So
But now we have to also examine the role of trust in that intimacy as well.
What is trust? Because you don't never know a person. You feel me? Like, for an example, we've known each other 14, 15 years. Y'all known each other. How old is Jordan?
Longer than that.
Longer than that. Okay.
Yeah.
every what, 3 to 5 years, statistically speaking, we change. We're not that same person that we met 14 plus years ago.
But why does that mean that I don't know you though?
Because you're supposed to change. You're supposed to change and evolve.
Right?
But some people are cool being who they were 10 plus years ago.
But that doesn't mean that I don't know you.
I don't know. Your likes and dislikes could change.
Well, the word to know just simply means to be certain of. So you changing does not change, the overall pure view of who you are and what it is that mentally or psychologically or socially you're generally going to do. We're not talking about something at surface level of as you were a policeman and then you decided to change your career to go be a fireman. We're talking about, you were a upstanding citizen and then all of a sudden you just became a serial killer out of nowhere. Those are like 1 in 1 billion chances. Like you're at this point, it's so reduced. Like generally speaking, a person, once you get to know them, are going to kind of operate within a scope. Right. And I feel like, no, I don't know every detail that you make, but I can honestly say, like, I know how he moves. Comfortable enough to trust you in particular arenas. So I just feel like...
how would you bring that from a friendship to a relationship? Because I do agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
But in a relationship sense, right, do you think that the relationship sometimes run its course when your partner is not paying attention to your new likes, hobbies, interests, desires?
And that's where I was getting to. The problem comes in where in the interpersonal connection that we're talking about, that's building intimacy, trust, according to, and this is just my opinion, to what you were saying, trust is released way too quickly. And you're not paying attention to the changes. You're not giving me enough time to actually know who I am. And I think that as a culture, you're setting yourself up for emotional trauma at that point.
So when
mental
is a
trauma,
good-
physical trauma.
What is a good time limit, in your opinion? Both of your opinions. What is a good
would you
time
say?
limit? Because you're not going to
about
play
that.
that Tom and Jerry routine dating for too long.
So he's talking about to release trust. What do you feel like is a good time limit?
It is a give and
within
take, by the way.
relationship?
that's a hard conversation. That's hard to say because with a woman, when you date a man, like I may not trust you to come to my house, but I may trust you to go meet me somewhere. I may trust you to pick me up from my house and take me on a date. It just depends. Like that's kind of hard to say. Like trust kind of starts from the conception of us meeting. It's not really a, on this, of course it's different levels, but like that, I feel like I can trust somebody when I know where they live. I know your address. I know what kind of car you drive. Indefinitely. I've seen your ID. If something happened, please believe I know where you live.
Okay.
Somebody gonna come find you messing with me. You know what I mean? So that kind of opens you up in that type of way to trusting a person, but trusting a person emotionally, when we're talking about like in-depth relationship, I think like it's a give and take. It's like, I'll give you this bit of information. What do you do with it? Do you get upset or mad and throw that back up in my face? And some people, I feel like, especially men, they close off quick because women are very quick to judge, but we don't want to be judged.
Oh, I like that. Yo, we're having great conversation, y'all. Give us a second because y'all know we got to take this commercial break. We'll be right back. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Isaiah, and I'm so excited to announce the Psych brand official launch. You're looking at the flyer right now, and it's so easy to cop one of these shirts. All you have to do is head over to our Instagram, exclusively Unfiltered. DM us and let us know that you want one of these shirts. You gotta have it. Look at it. You're literally pronouncing your future. You're literally letting us know that you're not dealing with grief, loss, sickness, disease, defeat, depression, anxiety, or homelessness. Death and generational curses are over. You got to proclaim your future with one of these shirts. We got them in all sizes. Y'all hit us up on Exclusively Unfiltered on IG. Peace. Welcome back, everybody. This conversation is getting deep, babe. She just dropped some gems on us. You know what I'm saying? So now I gotta go there with you,
Got
though.
a highlight reel.
Here we go. Why in the world would somebody misconstrue intimacy in sex, but release their emotions slowly if in the beginning of the show you said that intimacy and sex, which as it pertains to emotionalism, is intersected. It's one of the same things. But you just said just now, I might trust you to come pick me up on a date, but I'm going to give you this little piece of information as I kind of play this heart game with you. How do you separate that, but then you feel like the hit it or quit it or the one night stand mentality is intimacy?
Well, I see that as, honestly, women move emotionally. And I think that sex equals like in relationship. Doesn't mean it is true, but I can honestly say, talking to a lot of women, having plenty of many homegirls, hearing plenty of many stories, talking to my homeboys on the phone for hours, saying, how did she get that from that? I'm like, sir, you're not understanding. The way that connected to her is completely different than it connected for you. Like, this meant this to her. It meant nothing to you. And that's basically the point that I'm trying to make here with the intimacy. You cannot be intimate with a woman. You cannot have sex with a woman, in my opinion, without being intimate with her.
Okay, I respect that.
Someplace, somewhere, intimacy has happened. No woman is just giving up the draws to a man who is absolutely not interested. Lest she is so set on, I just want to F tonight. I go out, I meet a guy, he fine, he's sexy, he talking right, baby, let's do it.
So where is the mishap? And so let's go here. Where is the mishap? You're saying no woman is giving up the draws unless there's intimacy. We're saying intimacy and sex is totally two different things.
I mean, unless you got
and in order to be intimate,
because that's a mindset too.
In order to be intimate, we're saying intimacy and sex is different. So why is the culture continuing to fall to the same trap and be hurt then? Where are we missing each other at?
There's a few things to being missed.
One,
okay, holla at me.
The first thing is the
because
lack of
if we got the understanding, there should be no mishap.
We don't. Nah, there ain't no understanding because the way that we
agree.
communicate with one another is there's no patience when we communicate with one another.
Okay.
And I say that as a general sense, right? Because I've had my shortcomings with communicating with young ladies, right? And I know that they've had their shortcomings with me. Do I judge them for it? No, but do I get that same grace? Also, but I can't really expect a person to move how I move or think how I think. But where it always starts is communication. How are you guys communicating effectively with your wants, needs, and your intentions?
I like that.
And then I think the second thing with that is, okay, when you guys do find a way to somewhat communicate properly, right? what's next, right? Okay, he's gonna have to take time to learn your body because women are emotional human beings, right? The man gotta take time. She might be what do you call those? Not sociopaths, but sapiosexuals, where she has to get in tune. It's
Mentally,
gonna be in her
yes.
mind. So he's gonna have to explore her body a little bit.
Yeah.
And hopefully he get it somewhat right on the first try. Because if he don't, she not coming back. Now, if she is a casual dater or a person that routinely has friend with benefits, now you run into a bit of confusion. Because while society thinks that men are notorious for doing something like that, you also have women nowadays that do the same thing.
I'm gonna drop this out there. What you got? Respond.
Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna drop something scientific. So I want you to respond to what he said.
I feel what you're saying. I just feel like for a woman to casually date, like men, it's hard for women to casually date because men are territorial. Men don't want to know that you're dealing with me and you dealing with him and you dealing with Zach and you dealing with Jim. Like, men don't. They want to be that dominant person. So I feel like if a man really likes you or he likes the sex you're throwing down, he's not going to want to share you with anybody. And he's going to then, in a sense, love bomb you to make you feel like, no, you can get all that right here with me. You don't need all them other dudes. But then it's like, I'm never giving you exclusivity.
You said it.
I'm never giving you, you know what I mean, us one-on-one. I'm still going to have my A, B, and C's over here.
Okay.
But you sit your tail right here because I don't want nobody else to have you. And I feel like that also is where stuff gets misconstrued. It's always a game until you find somebody you like, all right, I don't want to play this game with you. This is where we at. What we doing?
All right, bet.
Right.
So how would you explain that from the female point of view? You explained it from the male, but how would you explain that for the female?
So I think
I think that female kind of do that too.
They do, absolutely.
They do. And me and him have that conversation often. I feel like women want to be able to casually date, but because we are emotional creatures, it's harder for us to casually date. Because we have to constantly pull ourselves out of it. Right. Kind of like with sex and intimacy. I just want to casually date. I don't want anything exclusive, but I like when he touched me like this. Every time he do that, oh my God, it quiver up my spine. But I got to shake it off, come back, because we can't do that because that takes us somewhere else emotionally. It's a skewed thought, but it's the truth.
Okay.
Women, honestly, we do. In a sense, we start to equate sex with care, sex with intimacy, sex with emotionalism.
I think we getting that confused between, and that's what I said. I want to drop something scientific. Scientifically, when you are in likeness or in love, the brain releases dopamine and it releases serotonin. It gives you an overload of both. And I really think, it floods you, right? And I think first off, after the brain floods you, that is the chemical that's saying, "Ooh, I really, really like him. Oh my God, he makes me feel so wonderful." It's the same chemical in love bombing as you gave us the example. It's the same chemical in, you know what I'm saying, the man or the woman, you know what I mean, when we're just so wrapped up sexually, emotionally, that brain is saying, this is the one, we getting ready to get there, your body get all hot, and your body starts responding to the overload of that chemical. And I think that is the confusion in this whole conversation. So when I'm asking, where is the breakdown? I think that we're being wrapped up on the illusion of this is what I like in this moment. Like you said, he's giving me all of this, and this, but your brain is releasing so much of that feel-good chemical, which is the dopamine and the serotonin. It's releasing so much of that chemical that logically, you're not cognitively paying attention to what's happening. I think that you're just caught up on what you really want and what you feel is happening. And so you're looking at this situation and you're saying, he said everything right. He's doing everything right. My body has responded to him. This is the one. We're being intimate. And I think you get up from that situation. And when you're up now, you're like, okay, you tricked me. That's not what this was. You played games with my emotions. And now I'm upset for the culture. And I'm about to post on Instagram about you. I'm going to talk about you. I'm going to block myself out from the world because what happened here? And I feel like it is a misconstruing of what is being said.
Okay, so how would you, Dr. Kelly, right? We're going to speak this into existence.
Shout out.
You could take it from a doctor's perspective or
Okay.
even a pastor's perspective.
Ooh.
Pick your poison. How would you navigate sex and manipulation? Because both parties do manipulate. Both parties want sex. So how do you split the two, and we can come back to a healthier way and how we can do this?
Dr. Kelly, see
Bet.
yourself as a sexual being. I'm sexual. I'm sexual. I know what I want, but I'm going to logically approach this situation to make sure we are both getting what we want. Simple and plain. That's the simplest answer I can give you. Stop sitting here acting like I don't need that. I can go home. I'm not even thinking about that. You're lying, because Sigmund Freud said that you're literally trying to tame the wild sexual beast that lives inside of you to appease societal standards.
I did
So that
read
means that you come out of the womb naked, you strip your diaper off when you're a baby, you want to be free, and society teaches you that that is improper. So understand that you are a sexual being, you're craving this, you want this, and it's okay. Just approach it logically, so that way we both leave here with what we want. If you want to be married, then approach that situation saying, I'm very attracted to you. But first, where is this going? If you just want the draws, approach that situation and say, hey, I'm looking only for a sexual encounter. I'm sorry, it's going to be great, but you're not going to get the mental and emotional connection that you're looking for. Pastor Kelly, sex is going to be manipulation, because it is such a mixture of fluids, right? It is such a mixture of breath, body on body, and connectivity that you're going to crave it. Again, the objective is approach it logically to what you want. You see what I'm saying? Like statistics say that human connection enhances one's life expectancy. So why do you think that you're going to sexually connect with a person and not crave that person or misinterpret what that person is doing? I think
Especially
that,
if it's going to keep you alive a little longer.
yeah, if you approach it logically, though, come on, then that means that we both leave the situation with what we want. So I think you just got to quiet down those emotions just talking.
Okay. So how do you navigate? How would Dr. Kelly, no, not Dr. Kelly, Pastor Kelly, right, navigate
Yeesh.
those women that want to control men with sex?
So
Because
now-
you just
now-
we talked about sex being a intimate thing, and we talked about sex just being sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're not touching on the fact that sex is also used as
So-
a control mechanism.
So with Pastor Kelly, it's going to be a little difficult, because you're going to hit into control, and that's going to be a form of witchcraft. It's going to be Jezebelian, control and witchcraft, and at that point, you're attempting to limit his future with what you possess, right? So immediately, Pastor Kelly is going to tell you that you need to pray, you need to fast, you need to consecrate, you need to recenter yourself. You know what I mean? Before you mess yourself up. But
Agreed.
in a psychological fashion, I'm looking at sex and I'm saying this is natural, right? But at the same time, you have to make sure that you're not in a position of weakness where you essentially allow yourself to be manipulated by sex.
Boom.
Because if I'm craving anything that you're craving too much, you're going to be manipulated by, right? Like,
That's good.
yeah,
That's
like
deep,
anything you're craving too much, you're going to be manipulated by. I accidentally went to Chick-fil-A 2 days in a row because I was driving and I wanted Chick-fil-A. I seen it and I'm like, oh my God, busted a U-turn and went and got it. And it tasted so good yesterday. Guess what I did today? Went and got it again.
Fresh.
You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing when you're talking sex. I'm craving it to the point where anytime it's presented, I'm going to yield to it.
Gems is all dropped all
Hey,
day today.
we dropping mics today. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. What do you say to the person that's sitting out there right now, the female or the male, and they're saying to themselves, I'm confusing sex with intimacy and it's emotionally messing me up? Talk to them.
For me, I'm gonna just say off the rip, you might need to take a step back and recenter yourself. Find out who you are, what your purpose is, and see how you navigate from there. What's your end goal? Where do you want to be in 5 years?
Yeah.
Right? Do you want to be out here in the streets slanging meat or busting it open?
Slanging meat is wild.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
Or do you want to hit another level in your life?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If your life feeling a little heavy right now, or you feel like you getting smacked upside the head by life, right? that could be a message, a clear message that God is trying to talk to you.
I like that.
He trying to sit you down a little bit so you can see some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm in the dating scene. I personally had to,
We see that.
like, hey, God,
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, Big G.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and sit down real quick.
Yeah.
Let me recenter, refocus.
Okay. What you got to say? Somebody out there, they confusing sex and intimacy, and they like, yo, I've been hurt, and I'm in this protective shell. Like what do you tell them?
I think you need to, as a woman, you need to understand why you think that because you're having sex or a man pursues you sexually, that equates out to care, concern, attention. I want you. What has this man showed you?
Okay.
What is his mouth saying that's not equaling out to his actions, or what is his body saying that's not, but you're not getting that call in the morning. Well, you didn't call me today. I didn't, a lot of women are there. Like, I didn't talk to him all day. Like, I ain't seen him since last time whatever the case. And now you're trying to figure out, like, is it you? Is it somebody else? As well, maybe it was just physical for that person, and you connected with this person without them connecting with you. And that happens a lot too.
I'm going to tell that person, male or female, step back, reframe yourself beyond the performance. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Step back, reframe yourself beyond the performance. And when I say reframe, I'm saying step back and really regather yourself, restructure, rebuild your foundation, that frame, beyond just the performance of this is what I want, this is what I'm enjoying. I thought, I felt, it was misconstrued, and now I'm mentally, emotionally, and spiritually messed up. Step back, regather yourself, represent yourself, so that way you know what you want and you can approach things logically. Y'all feel me? Yo, we had an amazing conversation today, y'all. Hey, I think we got to continue this combo because sex is a powerful conversation. You know what I'm saying?
It's not just a powerful conversation. It's a conversation that we need to naturalize a lot more.
Yeah. So this is what I want y'all to do right now. Like this video, comment, tell us what you think. Is sex and intimacy the same thing? Like, is the boys tripping or did Cash lay it down? Like, we got to know, like, where we at. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Meet us right back here in the same place next Thursday. But until then, peace.